Hi, I'm Bruce Braden. I'm the editor of the book, You Will Say I Am No Christian, the correspondence of Thomas Jefferson and John Adams on religion, morals, and values. Today I'd like to read to you a John Adams letter to Thomas Jefferson, June 10, 1813. In your letter to Dr. Priestley, March 21, 1801, you ask, quote, "What an effort of bigotry in politics and religion have we gone through? The barbarians really flatter themselves they should be able to bring back the times of vandalism, when ignorance put everything into the hand of power and priestcraft. All advances in science were prescribed as innovations. They pretended to praise and encourage education, but it was to be the education of our ancestors. We were to look backwards, not forwards, for improvement." The President himself declaring in one of his answers to addresses that we were never to expect to go beyond them in real science, end quote. I shall stop there. Other parts of this letter may hereafter be considered if I can keep the book long enough, but only 4 copies have arrived in Boston, and they have spread terror as yet, however in secret. Quote, the President himself declaring that we were never to expect to go beyond them in real science, end quote. This sentence shall be the theme of the present letter. I would ask what president is meant. I remember no such sentiment in any of Washington's addresses or answers to addresses. I myself must have been meant. Now I have no recollection of any such sentiment ever issued from my pen or my tongue, or of any such thought in my heart for at least 60 years of my past life. I should be obliged to you for words of any answer of mine that you have thus misunderstood. A man of 77 or 78 cannot calmly be expected to recollect promptly every passage of his past life or every trifle he has written. Much less can it be expected of me to recollect every expression of every answer to an address when for 6 months together I was compelled to answer addresses of all sorts from all quarters of the Union. My private secretary has declared that he has copied 15 answers from me in one morning. The greatest affliction, distress, confusion of my administration arose from the necessity of receiving and answering those addresses. Richard Cromwell's trunk did not contain so many of the lives and fortunes of the English nation as mine of those in the United States. For the honor of my country, I wish these addresses and answers be annihilated. For my own character and reputation, I wish every word of every address and every answer were published. The sentiment that you have attributed to me in your letter to Dr. Priestley, I totally disclaim and demand, in the French sense of the word, demand of you the proof. It is totally incongruous to every principle of my mind and every sentiment of my heart for 60 years at least. You may expect many more expostulations from one who has loved and esteemed you for 38 years. John Adams.